And we are live at 11:30. A little late this morning, but we are here. Thank God. We got the little technical problems that always seem to bug me on the Saturday morning. The fun thing is that I figured it out. So there you go. I figured things out. Uh, and it's strange, but it's new computer time. It looks like. So that's one of the things that you kind of run through uh, doing this kind of thing. So we'll get that straightened out sometime this week. And I appreciate you taking the time to spend time with us on this Saturday morning. Good morning. I'm New York Vinnie, and this is Drive Time Radio. We join you every Saturday morning, talk about cars, the automotive world, everything around it. And who knows what else creeps into the conversation, but we certainly do have things creep into the conversation. We get a chance to spend some time with you, and I am always grateful for that on a Saturday morning. How you doing? Yeah, hope everything is going okay. I hope your world is moving along smoothly on two wheels or four wheels. Beautiful weather that we are having here in Seattle and its environs over the last few days. Certainly getting out weather. It has been, last night, just the vibe. Um, Moving around Seattle and moving to different places, moving around, Northtown Edmonds, where I live, and up in Skagit County, and just all of the beautiful places that become much more beautiful when you have weather like this. I mean, that's the thing. We live in it when it's in a stunning place to begin with, and we live in a place that when you have, when you're into cars, there's a lot of cool stuff around here to look at, a lot of stuff to take note of, and then when we get that weather that people have always said to me, boy, if it was like this all year, there'd be 30 million people living here. Well, we're right in the middle of one of those periods right now where the last few days have been one of those days or one of those weeks, really, a Chamber of Commerce weekend where you just get that feeling that all is right with the world. Last night was stunningly beautiful. Just sitting out, I call it my office. I sit out at the Edmonds waterfront. It's not the waterfront. It's the um, street that runs along the railroad tracks between the bay and the railroad tracks, uh, Sunset Avenue, and there's just a vibe that happens down here. It's like a coming together of people with cool cars, people with that are longtime neighborhood people, residents, people that come from all over the place to park their cars there and be seen, people that walk up and down. It's just one of those places that you feel that nobody's going to get out of hand. Nobody's going to get too whacked out about anything. It's a neighborhood gathering spot. People walk up and down, and I've seen people that I've met over the past 6 years since I've been back, and it's just a good feeling being down there, and a good feeling seeing people that you know and talking to them, and just being part of the neighborhood. I know that there's the downtown section and the other parts over by the dog park and the waterfront center and all of the different places that exist that people walk up and down where they take their cars and this, that, and the other thing. But there's just something about this. This walking up and back along this strip of land and this area where you walk from the dog park all the way back to the marina. And I mean, so many places are like that in Puget Sound, in the Seattle area. And the fact that now it's light well past 9 o'clock at night. It just makes you feel good. It sets a good vibe out into the area. So we're cranking up our good vibes here this morning on Drive Time Radio. What kind of show do we have for you today? Well, I think we got a pretty interesting show. I guarantee you that you'll learn something by the time we finish the show this afternoon. Well, it will be this afternoon. It'll be after 12 o'clock. We'll roll till 12:30 or so. And I think that by the time that all happens, you'll have learned something. You'll, I think, feel better about yourself and about your car, and you'll probably learn something. One of the things that you probably have learned over the past week, this is good news, that some of these gasoline prices are actually starting to drop a little bit. We've seen gas that was $6.5 a gallon kind of drop back down to the $5 mark. And who knows? Who knows what it's going to do? But they are certainly just from a group of people trying to get the prices, trying to soften the blow to all of our wallets and the economy and so many things that are going on that make it difficult. You look for help in any quarter, any place where you can find a couple of bucks off, $1 here, 50 cents there. And for me, because I use cars so much, because cars are such a big part of my lifestyle, to see that number drop a little bit, even the slightest, is a good feeling. I hope you're experiencing the same thing with what you're buying, the gasoline that you're buying. That Costco, I noticed this week, has dropped. I'm trying to think of where else did I've noticed a considerable drop in the price of gasoline. The interesting thing is that I've noticed too is that I haven't seen a lot of the prices for charging stations and electricity drop. So if you're driving an EV, as I was last week, I think those prices are kind of holding steady, but they were less expensive to begin with. If you want to fill up your tank with a internal combustion engine vehicle, you have an average vehicle, it was costing you north of $60. Easy. Many people in the 80s and 90s. I know that I did not nearly pay anything near that kind of money for a full charge in any of the electric vehicles that I have driven since this energy crisis has come upon us, since the war in Iran has come upon us. So I'm glad that we're getting a little bit of a break from it, that you're getting a break from it, no matter how small it is. When we have these problems, these energy problems, any relief that we can get from it is a load off your mind. Anything you can get, a couple of cents, you don't think, but then all of a sudden you look at, how much less you paid this month than you did last month, or this, that, and the other thing. And the next thing you know, you have a few bucks left over to maybe buy your kids an ice cream cone. Or do something like that. Take them out for some lemon ices. Yes, I'm sure as soon as that happens, the price will go back up again. But so a little bit of relief in that area. And I think we got to be thankful for that. Nobody knows yet what the end result is going to be of the whole gasoline situation. But I think if you can get some relief from that or feel confident that there's going to be some relief from that, maybe you can start to say to yourself, well, you know what? Maybe I can take uh, that vacation that I wanted to take this summer. Maybe I can pack the kids in the car or, take a ride to Lake Chelan, or take a ride up to Vancouver, do a few of those trips that people were telling me, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take that driving vacation this year. I don't know if I'm going to take that trip to Glacier, load the kids in the car and take that trip out to Glacier. Take that trip up to Vancouver, up to Kamloops, wherever you go, Squamish, all of the different places that people go for their road trip vacations, their car vacations, are places that, that if the price goes down on gasoline, well, it helps. So good news. I'm always happy to report good news. I don't care who the president is or this, that, or the other thing. I just want the good news. And if there's a way that they can, and I know that the president doesn't control the price of gasoline, but the things that they do. And so I think that people are feeling at least a little bit better about spending money on their gasoline that they're going to. And again, it's a small thing, so that's good. The price of electric cars, because a lot of people have now said, "Oh, wait a second. One of the good things that's happening is that the price of electric cars has dropped, especially used electric cars, and people were able to buy these cars generally at a decent price, and there were some real bargains to be had out there in the area of electric cars, and that's good news because people are looking for that urban car. Maybe they don't feel confident about getting one and driving it across country, but if you're putting 100 miles a day on a car and you got a place to park it and you can recharge it and using it for running around town, using it for here, using it for there, there's some pretty good bargains to be had. And I think that people are coming to realize that. I was just looking for the moment here, or the chart that I had. I had a chart pulled up just before the show that talked about how much electric cars, the price of electric cars has, the sales of electric cars, I should say, has gone up. The price has dropped. The sales have gone up. It's a pretty good thing. Because I think people want those cars. But for whatever reason, whether it be political, whether it be this, whether it be that, they've stayed away from them. I don't think that's going to be the case continually as the sales numbers for electric cars are rising. And I think that's putting a lot of smiles on a lot of people's faces. And again, I'm not just talking about new electric cars, but used electric cars as well. Some very good lease offers out there, some very good rebates, a lot of different excellent deals on EVs out there. As a matter of fact, it's kind of funny. I've been shopping for an EV lately, and a particular kind. And I've noticed how much the price has gone down on them, but I've also noticed that there's a lot less of them out there to be had. So that's got to tell me that the price is going to go up on those electric cars pretty soon. And again, we're talking about used electric cars. So I think that um, that particular genre of car, especially again for people who want to go out there and make that purchase and buy that car and have it, using it as a get around car. I always call that car you use every day to get back and forth, a get around car, a driver, a daily driver. The prices have come down nicely. I mean, even the Chevy Bolt, which is back out on the market, uh, you know, you're seeing those cars for under $30,000 brand new. Again, if you don't have to have Super Cruise and this and that and the other thing, you can keep the price down. But if you want the Super Cruise and everything like that, you could probably push it through the $36,000 mark. And again, that's a new car. But if you are somebody who has said, you know what, I'm going to take the plunge, they're out there. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that because I have a constant interest in electric cars. People that know me know that. People that we try to educate people here on electric cars and try to keep them happy. Because people are, there's more people, I think, now in this last gas crisis that are willing to take that plunge. Again, even if it's not just their original plan, even if they're not 100% confident in it. I think there's a lot of people who are saying to themselves, I'll take a shot with an electric car, especially if it's a second car, a runaround car. I'll take a shot with it. Why not? So we'll keep that in mind, and we'll keep you propped open with information on those particular cars as well. And you can always go to the Gas Buddy website for information, or the Gas Buddy app. They have an app as well. And you can always get information from Gas Buddy about the price of gas, about the increases. If you're traveling, Gas Buddy becomes a nice thing because you can punch into it. You can look at a map of where you're headed to and take a look at the cheapest spot to buy gas along the route. So that if you're going from here to Spokane, you can look at Gas Buddy and either figure out where the cheapest place to buy gas is between here and Spokane, or at either end, or so on and so forth, or the cheapest place that you might want to charge your vehicle if you have an electric car. So it helps you out either way. Very handy app to have on your phone, Gas Buddy. It just keeps you, information is such a good thing when it comes to cars. One of the great things, too, about the weather that I'm really jazzed about and really happy about is it's got car show season in full blast. There's either cars and coffee or car shows or something to do with cars every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. You can find cars, you can find swap meets, you can find cars and coffee, however you want to digest your cars on the weekend. It's out there. This is the season, and it's beautiful weather to get out there and have people talk to you about their cars and about their, the hobby of being an automotive enthusiast. And I love it. I even though I don't have what I would consider right now a collector's car to go out and display and let people come and look at the car and you know talk to people about how it works and what's new and what's happening in the sport. And I always get a kick out of watching. I almost said older people. Well, if they're older than me, they're probably on their way out. But I remember this when I was a younger guy, and I would see older people come and look at my car if I had like a 60, middle 60s, late 60s car. People would come and they would look at the car and they'd want to, especially men would want to talk about the car and this engine and that engine and everything around it. And this is the season for that. This is the season where people aren't rushing. It's not raining. It's not doing anything but allowing people to go out and enjoy the different types of people that are out there and looking at cars. You go up north, up past Lacana and Conway and, Tulip Festival country and everything. And all of those different cars have, there's all kinds of festivals and car shows where you can go and you can cruise and you can relive your younger life looking at these machines and go back to that time when you had that new car or you first took Mary Lou out on the first date and borrowed dad's 64 Impala to do it or something like that. It's all out there. It's really good, really fun to get out there. So there's several Facebook groups that deal with where car shows are going to be on the weekends. Just go on Facebook and search cars and coffee or search, type in and search gas, excuse me, not gas, but search car shows and cars and coffee. And if you make those searches on Facebook, you're going to find listings. There's a great listing. There's a guy that does the Puget Sound car show and cars and coffee listings. There's another person. A lot of the car clubs now have different Facebook pages or Instagram pages or Twitter or X or whatever pages that you can go and you can look and you can, again, find out more about the particular car that you want to find out more about. Your next car could be sitting on one of those pages. And you get out there and you look at it and you cruise around and who knows, maybe you'll wind up taking a car home. Even if you don't keep it, you keep it for a year and you get rid of it. It's fun. I love the socialization at these shows because it's one of the few places where people talk to each other. A lot of other places, where people have hobbies and stuff, they don't seem to talk to each other. You go to a car show, you go to a cars and coffee, and everybody's walking around and drinking some coffee. Maybe it's the caffeine, but they're talking to each other. They're not arguing with each other about politics or arguing with, they're either looking for, the location of the next meet or where's next weekend show or where can I get this part? But there's a great socialization that goes on. You got my favorite cars and coffee, which is Shoreline Cars and Coffee. It's my favorite because they meet every weekend, rain or shine. The people that show up at this show, they show up. I've been out there with them when it's been snowing, I've been out there with him in the pouring rain and the heat. There's also a relatively new Cars and Coffee in Edmonds, down by the entertainment district down there by the museum, the Edmonds Art Museum, and Spud Fish and Chips and the coffee place and so on and so forth. And there's seems to be people a few times that I've passed that one, and unfortunately, every time I've passed it, because it's only every other weekend, I think. I think their next one is Father's Day, which is next week, is it not? Um, People go and they hang, and yeah, the places looked pretty full. So there's another place. If if you're in Edmonds, you want to go down there and park. Plenty of parking down there. Plenty of businesses taking part, and it's a great place to again go and just walk around and enjoy yourself. Just do me a favor. Don't put your soda down on somebody's paint job. Ugh, you start World War III somewhere. I do have to admit also the Coca-Cola tastes a lot better in the summertime when it comes out of the old bottle of Mexican Coke. Just something in the taste of it uh, that it just tastes so much better when it comes out of that bottle. Now, I got a message from somebody asking me where have I been the last couple of weeks. Right, we didn't have a show the last 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks or 1 week? 2 weeks we didn't have a show. And I'll be very straight up with you. Had a couple of health problems, um, some stuff that had to do with actually my throat, so I could not talk in a normal voice. So I had, my doctor said, "Hey, yo, dude, take it easy." You know my doctor, Doctor Vinnie Boombots, same doctor as Rodney Dangerfield used to have. And the doc said, "You know what? Rest your vocal cords. Don't overtax yourself, and we'll probably be able to get you better." And so far, that's what they've done. They've done a great job on it. I still need a little bit of repair work, but I'm like the I-5 corridor. I'm gonna, need some repairs to get everything the way it's supposed to be, but the repairs will get done, and we'll be back on a regular weekly schedule. We'll be here with you all summer. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get things set up so that in the not too distant future, we can do a couple of live shows. I really like to get out and get the show on the road. As a matter of fact, a little later in the show, we'll have a new segment in the show called On the Road, where we go out and we talk to people and talk to them about their cars, talk to them about why they own a collector's car, why they go to watch them. We'll have sessions like that that you'll just be able to, if you don't want to go out of your house, there will be. I know that Burgermaster is really kind of, if they're not done with it yet, they're really near completion on their refurbishing of the Triple X root beer out in Issaquah, and I'm really excited about seeing that and how it's, how that's been working out for them. They sunk a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of patience into their new multi-million-dollar hamburger palace out in Issaquah. Also, in the same move, they saved a tradition. The Triple X root beer out in Issaquah, the last one left, was a car enthusiast place. You go out there on a Saturday or a Sunday, and there were hundreds of cars hanging out there. Hundreds of people with their cars, with their grandchildren, with their children, hanging out and enjoying that tradition. of going to these shows and also enjoying um, the ability to go out and have a root beer float and a burger, which is a tradition that goes around in America since, the 30s and 40s. So we'll hopefully be doing a live broadcast from there as well. And by the way, the speedways are also going to Skagit Speedway up north. You got Pacific Raceways. You got the one down near Rochester. I mean, all of these racing venues are all going. This is their prime time. We told you that we were out at the Ridge Motorsports Park a couple of weeks ago for an event with NWAPA, which is our press association. We had our Mudfest out there, and a great time. And I when you sit out there for an afternoon, you can understand why a number of people are attracted to the track and love going out there and love being able to park their car and enjoy their sport. See it, the cars go around, people flying by in a safe and good environment for people, which is really the most important thing, safety in these particular situations. And you do it where the people aren't taking over a street. There's not a street corner under peril. There's not cars running up on the sidewalk and hurting people. It's just pretty much go out there, be safe, and have a good time. Enjoy each other's cars. Enjoy each other's camaraderie, and have a good time. Just play it a little safe. All right. If you're one of those people who are like me, and good Lord, I hope you're not like me, but if you are, and for a long time, I have been interested in smaller pickup trucks. While I respect people that have pickup trucks, have the big pickup trucks, the Jagunda pickup trucks, I think for many people they're ridiculous. And I just sometimes say, why would you put that kind of money into a pickup truck where you could buy something that's half the price or half the size? That's an easily manageable and parkable vehicle. And the smaller pickup truck has all but disappeared off the American scene. Manufacturers just don't think people want them. But I think they're changing their minds. They did an electric pickup truck in the Ford Lightning, and it was, to me, I mean, I liked the truck, and I liked the fact that they had a pickup truck that was powered by electricity, but I thought wrong truck at the wrong time. They should have come out with a truck that was inexpensive to drive, inexpensive to maintain, that was easily parkable on city streets, that didn't come off, looking like it needed a gas station behind it, that was comfortable to drive, that didn't ride up so high that you couldn't see people crossing in front of you, that there was a sense of safety attached to the truck. Well, a couple of those trucks are on the way. We've seen the Ford Maverick, which is a truck that's obtainable for $30,000. I think they're selling them about as fast as they can print them. But the Ford Maverick, I've been in, I don't even remember, how many of them I've been in, but the little Maverick um, Lobo was one of the most enjoyable trucks I've driven in a long time. And it was a small truck with a twin turbo, and the thing had power. It had capacity to tow. It has, all the kinds of things that you're looking for in a pickup truck, but in a small package, a package that fits in a parking garage. And as far as I know, Ford has been selling them at a pretty good clip. I mean, one of the bad things that was happening is that the dealers were, when they came out, they were in high demand, and all of a sudden dealers decided, well, I can make a few $1,000s here, started selling them for, over MSRP and trying to, get as much as they could for them. And I think that hurt them a little bit. Another good little pickup truck that's come out is the Hyundai Santa Cruz. Again, a small unibody pickup truck that, I don't know if you're going to be towing a trailer around with it, or a big trailer at least. If you're going to tow something out to one of the tracks, or you're going to tow your jet ski, or a regular sized boat, that's a great little truck. But for whatever reason, it hasn't taken off like I thought it would have. But again, you can, and maybe the cost has something to do with it, because they've really decided that they were going to try to get you for $40,000. But if you want a small pickup truck and you don't want it to cost you a whole ton of money, the answer seems to lie in a company, in a truck called SLATE. This is a truly a no-frills pickup truck that is electric, that has crank windows, that doesn't come with a $50,000 sound system. As a matter of fact, your sound system is your phone. Yeah, if you want a sound system in your car, you buy a Bluetooth speaker, and there's a spot in the dashboard where it mounts up, and you put that in the car, and you plug the phone in, and you turn it on and get it cranked up, and there you go. For $100, $200, you're all set up. You got your GPS system. There's a piece in the dashboard where the phone fits. If you want a color, they'll give it to you in any color you want. As a matter of fact, what they do is they wrap them instead of paint them. So you can even get a color on this thing that if you don't like the color after a year, you can have the wrap, take it off, and put another one on. And it's not going to cost you $10,000 to do that. I think it's a grand idea, and I think it threatens to put a dent in a lot of truck sales. All-wheel drive, you can buy the truck in a configuration of a pickup truck, but it also comes with a kit that you can convert it to a little SUV. So if you don't want a pickup truck, or you want in a winter, you want an SUV, it has I guess it's fiberglass or some kind of material roof that goes on it, and you put that in, you put the back seat in, and you're good to go with a little SUV. You can order so many different accessories on this thing. I really encourage you to go to their website and check them out, and take a look at the SLATE, and see the innovation that's gone into this thing. And innovation by not getting too over-engineered, not getting to the point where if a window regulator craps out on you, it's going to cost you $20,000 to fix it. Kind of the opposite of the Rivian. You know, the Rivian now, I haven't driven one. Many people I know say it's a good truck. They love the truck, but it's engineered so that many parts that go wrong on this car are extremely expensive. And once you're out of warranty, that stuff is going to kill you. I mean, I've told a story before about the guy had a little accident, got hit in the back, and a little dent by his tailgate, and it was a $72,000 repair. Of course, they total the truck. They're not going to pay that money to repair a truck. But anyway, SLATE, they've had reservations. I've had a reservation in on one. I'm thinking that SLATE is a vehicle that looks like it has exactly what I'm looking for. It looks like these people were talking to me when they built when they put this truck together. And SLATE is going now from the idea to the reality. I think it is next week. I'm punching up the correct time to get this thing. But if you want your reservation, it costs you $50. You put your spot in line. It looks like early access to these things, from what I have read on the web, is getting ready to get announced. It's funny. It's come up with a whole what would you call it? A whole culture, a whole cult around SLATE. But there are people that are saying, "Hey, you know what? I'll go $50 on this thing and put a reservation in, and when it comes through, we'll be ready to go." You go to their website, slate.auto, and all the information is there. You can secure your spot in line for $50. And as I said, it seems to be that within not too long, they're going to start putting out the actual dates of when you will be able to drive down the street one of these things. It appears that these cars, these SLATE pickup trucks, are going to hit the street September sometime, October, somewhere in there. I'm extremely excited to drive one, and to be honest with you, I'm really excited to own one. A couple of weeks ago, I got a chance to take a pretty good look at the Scout. Probably remember the Scout from when we were kids. It's an expensive car. It wasn't when we were kids, but it's an expensive car now. And I thought that they did a wonderful job with the Scout. I can't wait. Again, it's another car I can't wait to drive and to get out on the road. And it's close. They're also looking at late this year. And this thing was just put together beautifully, even for a pre-production model. The electric motors and everything that you need to put confidence inside your heart and your mind that you want to buy one of these, and you're going to need the confidence because it's a new car. A lot of people say don't buy one in the first year. can't say it that I agree with that. I think that we're in a different place in engineering these days with electric vehicles. But the Scout is, what I think is going to be an extremely popular vehicle. It's put out by Volkswagen. You're going to be able to go to a website and order it. It'll be delivered by I don't know who's going to deliver it, but it's another piece of the puzzle that they're excited about. That you'll be able to order a Scout on the web and get it delivered and not deal with a dealer. And listen, there's good car dealers, there's bad car dealers. I believe that the car dealer business needs some major improvements in some quarters. And I think the only way that improvement ever is really going to come is by different dealers doing different things to improve their business model, to improve the relationship between the customer and the dealer. No other business suffers from such a bad reputation as car dealers. And they are protected by federal law in many ways. And so people haven't deemed it really necessary to, because there's so many dealers, if they don't like dealing with one dealer, then just go and deal with another dealer. But and that doesn't help the dealers because it doesn't put them in a situation where they have to change their practices if they're a bad dealership. And I think that that's something that dealers need to take a look at, need to make the customer experience better for somebody who wants to buy a car. What other business do you have where there's a whole industry of people who buy the item for you, who you'll pay? You disdain the experience of going to a car dealer so much that you'll pay somebody else $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to go buy a car for you. And put them in charge of that part that says to you, I want to buy something, but I don't want to deal with the experience of buying it myself. What other business has that? Yet there are tons of places on the internet, on the web, that will do exactly that for you with a car or a truck. Will take you out of the experience. And more and more, I mean, Tesla, part of the success of Tesla, I believe, is because people didn't have to deal with car dealers. And listen, I do work for, full disclosure. Every year I do work for the dealers associations. The Washington Dealer Association, they're really, for the most part, the ones that I've met are great people. But there's something that goes on with this reaction with people when they go to buy a car. So SLATE is trying to take that part out of it. We also have our friends from Car Edge on from time to time. Ray and his son, Zach, and they've built an entire business over the past 6 years in buying cars for people or helping people buy cars. They have an entire website that's dedicated to buying cars, whether you want to buy the car yourself or you want to pay them $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 to buy a car for you. People come to me, and I've purchased cars for people because, again, people don't want to feel like they're going into a business and buying a car and are at the mercy of the car dealer. So people will say, "Hey, help me, Vinnie. I'll pay you to help me buy a car, to do all the work for me, to make sure that I'm not getting ripped off, to make sure that I'm getting a fair and square deal, that I'm getting everything I am entitled to at the price that I'm supposed to get it at." And I think it gets tougher to find that, especially when there are shortages of cars, as we saw during the pandemic. So that's something to keep an eye on. I encourage you to go to Slate Auto and take a look at their truck. Oddly enough, Scout, which is the natural descendant of the International Scout trucks, is a beautiful looking truck, but it doesn't look that much like a Scout. The original Scout. The Slate, to me, and this is just to me, looks like the Scout. Looks like that International Scout that was put out in the beginning of the 60s and on through the 70s. I think they made them up until, what was it, 80, 81, maybe even a little after that. But, go check out their website at slate.auto and, go through the concept. If you're looking for an urban vehicle, if you're looking for something that you can look and take to the lumberyard or the hardware store or the different places where you would go, or help a friend move or do help people haul things around, why, Slate is going to be your ticket. Slate's going to make you friends, because every time somebody's got to move a couch, you know who they're going to call. Vinnie, you still got that Slate, man? I want to go pick up a bed. I just bought a mattress at Costco. Can you go with me and pick it up? Yeah, come on, let's go. You buy some pizza, and we'll go get your mattress. I'm not carrying it up the stairs, but we'll go get your mattress. We'll put it in the back of the truck, and boom, we'll be okay. Reports are also that Ford and Ram are working on smaller trucks as well. And of course, there's always the used market. So there's always ways to check that out. A few other things going on in the automotive industry that I thought would be a good idea. Speaking about Ram looks like they have a bunch of things going on. They laid out a plan for some looking into a couple of years ahead in the future, and it looks like they've got some pretty interesting product that's going to be coming out of Ram. So I think that's a company, Stellantis, to keep an eye on. Another company to keep an eye on, too, is the Mitsubishi. We talked about this. I'm trying to think of where I put it, but Mitsubishi has talked about putting I'm looking at my notes sometimes, putting a couple of new smaller trucks into the mix. One of them, a Pajero, or Pajero, I guess I say a Pajero. But those particular vehicles, which were popular in the 80s and 90s, look like Mitsubishi is going to throw some nice vehicles out there, including the Pajaro and a smaller pickup truck, and you'll be able to look at the continued comeback of Mitsubishi. And I have to be honest with you, I've driven a couple of Mitsubishis over the past couple of years, and I really I liked them. I thought that they felt like solid vehicles. And I'll tell you why I knew they were a solid vehicle, because I got to an accident with one. And the thing came through with flying colors. So that's another company to keep an eye on, especially in the smaller vehicle portion of our broadcast day. It's some really interesting and nice vehicles. I think that that I've seen some pictures of, and they look like they've done have some good stuff on the board, and that they're ready to go with some interesting product that'll be out there. So it's really an evolving thing. And the car companies are, again, because of the situation with gasoline, all of a sudden they're like running around like, boom, boom. What should we do? Boom. Should we make electric cars? Boom. Should we make gasoline cars? Boom. Should we make electric cars? Boom. Should we make gasoline cars? It's they're confused about it. And of course, the sad thing is their confusion drives up the price of cars for us. By the way, CarEdge.com is the name of the vehicle that the website, if you want to search for new vehicles and somebody to help you buy them, CarEdge.com. Or as I said, I also do that service for people too. So if you need help in getting a car, I would be more than happy to give you some advice on talking to how to deal with a car dealer, how to deal with people who sell cars. It's not easy. Don't feel embarrassed if you go to a car dealer and you wind up feeling like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing here, because you don't. The whole experience is designed to keep you off guard, to give them the upper hand. So it doesn't hurt for you to go and learn how to deal with the person that has training and oodles and oodles of sales training. So that's something that you have to keep in mind as well. Had a chance to, and we showed it and talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Got a chance to really take it out and run it through its paces. And we talked about this car a few weeks ago in the context of being at Mudfest. I got to complete out last week a week in the 2026 Subaru Trail Seeker. Now I'm going to try to get the video up for you so that you can take a look at us driving, and taking a ride in this in what I think a vehicle is going to be a winner for Subaru. And Subaru has had a lot of successes. I mean, they have one of the best dealer reputations out there. And I think the Trail Seeker is going to add to that on the electric side. I don't see it being against Subaru. I think it's going to be something that's going to add to customer satisfaction, to all of the things that people that drive Subarus generally go for, which is customer satisfaction, which is satisfaction with the dealer experience, which is satisfaction um, with the vehicle they bought, feeling like they got their money's worth. Many people that are that own Subarus make this company always complete their surveys, their customer satisfaction surveys, in a manner that says that, hey, I am happy with this car. I'm not only happy with the car, I'm happy with the experience. I think that that's something that people in that particular um, brand consistently gets people to go back to Subaru time and time again. They just feel like they've gotten their money's worth on that car, and that's a good time. Anytime you walk away from a dealer and you feel like you got your money's worth, that's a good thing. And not just a car dealer, any experience, right? All right, so let's punch up the Trail Seeker. As I said before, I think one of the well, I'll put it in my top 10 vehicles right off the bat, and it became stronger than that when we got a chance to take the vehicle up to the off-road course that I go up and use, and how much it really surprised me as to how good it was. This is the brand new Trail Seeker, the 2026 Subaru Trail Seeker. It's all electric SUV, designed as, it's kind of like the electric version of the Outback. It's got all the Subaru goodies that you are used to. Symmetrical all-wheel drive, 300 horsepower, 280-mile range. It has a different style inside of it as far as the center stack and so on and so forth that you're used to. It's got great cargo space inside. It has really nice off-road capability. I mean, this thing has just about every trick in the book when it comes to taking it off-road, going through water, going through the different types.
That's one of the great
of
things about the
environments.
Subaru Trail Seeker. No noise. It lets you sneak up on nature and listen to it as it was meant to be heard, without an engine going clackety, clackety, clack in the background, or exhaust noises going all over the place. No, this is how it was meant to be heard. And that, my friends, is a very cool thing.
And it was a very cool thing to take this vehicle out, take it up into the off-road course at Sunset earlier this week, and got to really put it through some of its paces, and the ability to take it and drive it and feel it off-road without the engine noises is a nice experience. Imagine you're driving up to the up in the mountains, up in the hills, off the beaten path, and you pull up and you're just stopped and listening to the stream. You don't have to have the engine running. I know you say, "Oh, Vinny, you can turn the engine off." Yeah, but you know what? In those situations, sometimes you want to leave the engine on. You want to have the vehicle to have its ability to take off if you need to get out of a place extremely, extremely fast. And as you can see, over these types of roads with a lot of bumps in them, the suspension is set up. It is truly an adventure vehicle. It is truly a vehicle that makes you feel like I thought that it combined the practicality of a Subaru Outback every day, and then you turn around and you take it up on the gravel road, on the pothole filled road, on the different roads that um that present challenges. I mean, the thing has what is it, 8.5 inches of ground clearance, and you can go over hill and over dale and enjoy it. Enjoy the ruggedness of it, because it really did. It felt like this vehicle was rugged, was built to take you up off road, away from the beaten path, and get either whether you're going up to a cabin, whether you're going up to a lake, whether you're going up to that secret spot that you like over forest roads or so on and so forth. It really gave you all of that and gave it to you with a sense of confidence. It's got some kick to it. Take you 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. It's got a towing capacity of up to 3,500 pounds. So as I said before, you're not going to be towing a house trailer with it. But if you have one of those smaller trailers, those two people person trailers, I think it's going to be excellent for that. The off-road features, including dual function X mode and the torque vectoring and all of the things that you need to get over rocks, to get through puddles, to get through brooks, to get to the places where you feel today like you want to get to, like you want to get away from stuff. This car has it in it. Had a 76 kilowatt hour pack to it, give you, like I said, a range of about 280 miles. All of the different accessories in there and packages in there. The adventure package that I was driving. Also, oh, by the way, interior is really nice in this car. And with the Harman Kardon audio, the panoramic sunroof that is available on these cars, it really gives you a sense of a nicely done Subaru. I mean, you can get them, as I said before, in the high 30s. That gives you, a lot of the stuff that you want that will take you off road, and maybe less of the luxury stuff. But again, you get in this car, and there's all sorts of different accessory packs for this car. So if you want to do one of those things where, like my friends like to do, put the platform on the top with the ladder, and you can put your tent up there, and you can wind up camping on top of the Subaru, which I think is a great thing. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to be slamming up and down, slamming up and down. What do you call it? A ladder up to the roof of the car anytime soon. But I will tell you that this would be the vehicle, I think, one of the vehicles that you'd want to do it in. The Ineos Grenadier. I mean, those are vehicles that strike me as, if you are looking for that rugged off-road camping trip, This is the vehicle that's going to be able to give it to you. And give it to you electrically so that you feel like you're contributing to a sense of saving the environment. So, and again, the price on this thing I think came out to $44,000, or right in that neighborhood. And again, I thought a vehicle that was for all the stuff that is included in it and with it, and the whole experience of the vehicle, I thought they did a solid job with this car. Uh, you don't have to sell me on a Subaru. All you got to do with a Subaru is I don't know. I've put several friends in Subarus, and I've never heard any one of them come back to me and say, "Boy, I wish you wouldn't have got me that car. I wish you wouldn't have encouraged me to buy that car." Um, all of my friends that own Subarus of any type, all have said how much they liked the car, how much of a bargain the car was for them, and how much they thought that I did them a favor by getting them. So that's the Subaru Trail Seeker. Did I mention also that the Trail Seeker is made in cooperation with Toyota? So you're getting kind of the Toyota thing as well on the Subaru. And I know people are a little dampened, or I've noticed on the internet that people are down somewhat on Toyota. I don't know why. I don't know what more that they could do. I mean, they've done some really interesting stuff, Toyota, and think that it's Toyota is a solid vehicle. I mean, you can't buy a better vehicle in America than a RAV4, can you? So, something to think about. All right, what else do we got going here this fine morning? What else have we got happening? Oh man, I'm having I'm trying to get things cranking and cranking here for you. All right, a couple other things that I wanted to shoot out to you real quickly. I'm definitely driving this week. The Vinnie car of the week has been. I've had a lot of fun with it so far, and I've only had it a couple of days. Going to take it out today, and jump in it and get to riding it a little bit, because it's one of those vehicles that you want to drive, you want to have fun with. And you know me, I'm a guy that likes to have fun with cars. So we'll get a chance to take a look at this in a second, as soon as I can find the the tape I put together. Some days, Vincent, I just, I had this thing that I, this movie here that I put together for this vehicle, and somehow, some way, I lost it. Let's try this, because I think this is the one that we're looking for. This is an offering from Kia, and we talked a little bit on with Michael yesterday about this car. This is the Kia K4 GT line, and it's one of those vehicles that it's a car. It's a hatchback, but it's a well done car. It's stylish. It's got a lot of stuff going for it. and we'll get that to you in a second here. As I say, um, boy, I wish Amazon had stopped invading my phone. Every time every time they update my phone, I seem to get more and more stuff from Amazon. I feel like they own me at times. But this particular car that I'm driving this week, first of all, I'm fascinated with the color. I don't know that I've seen a color quite like this in a vehicle in a while. And I'm pretty sure that my buddies, if I can get this thing up and going in there, I'm pretty sure. There we go. This is the Kia K4 GT line hatchback. This is what I'm driving this week. This is the Yo Vinnie, what are you driving this week segment. And talk about the right time to get a car with a sunroof. A big, beautiful, open sunroof. I mean, you drive this thing and it's like you want to just run around singing, it's a great, wide, wonderful world that we live in. Because you open this thing up and on a day like today, you just feel like you're part of nature. Now, this is a gasoline-powered vehicle. Very attractive car, very roomy car, very comfortable car. And it's interesting to me that it's comfortable because I usually don't fit well in low-slung cars. And this car is built for being a sports coupe. One of the things that you appreciate when you look at this car is not only the color, but the way the rear door handles here are built in and recessed into the door so that it only looks like it's a two-door car. A lot of style. The K4 is one of the more stylish small cars that you will see. It's just one of those vehicles that bring a lot of style to the situation. A lot of style. And I went into the story a little bit. Like, look at this, the front seats. How it's not just a lump of material thrown on the top of the back of the front seat. I mean, somebody got in this car and they thought it out and they said, how are we going to put this thing together so that the person driving this car is going to enjoy it? And they did it. And again, you look at the leg room in the back. And again, this is a gasoline powered car, twin turbo. And the K4 GT, the interior, all of the things in a car that you'd be looking for as far as comfort, as far as material, as far as little things like the feel of the automatic transmission, the paddle shifters, the large twin video screen. It has the infotainment system and all the information about the car and the speedometer and everything. It's all there, and it's all well done. Also, Kia has been smart enough to put redundant buttons under that screen so that if you have to turn the heater on, if you have to turn the air conditioner on, you can do it on the screen, go through that series of whatever you're doing, or you can do it by pushing buttons, which I believe every car should have, because I think people want that. I think they want that, they want that experience of, that tactile feeling of pushing the buttons and getting the heater to work. That all of the different things that, that we take for granted. But yet, when you have to live with a car, when you have to have an interior in a car, when you have to sit there with a car and own it for 10 years or 5 years or whatever, after a while, you want to have that stuff in the car. You want to have that extra set of buttons. You don't need it to be, uh, you know, an experience that makes you jump to the owner's manual every time you have to do something on the car. The GT line turbo replace the K4 replaces the Forte. It's 190 horsepower turbocharged four-cylinder engine, 1.6 liters, 8-speed automatic transmission. It is sport-tuned suspension and styling, so it has that sports car feel to it. Now, again, you're not getting into a Porsche here, but you're getting into a hatchback that gives you that kick, like the Corolla GT or the N-Line Hyundai or the different sports coupes that also make great daily drivers. It also comes with uh, a very, very good advanced driver assistance system. It's got the Harman Kardon audio system, but the suite of different driver assistance stuff that's in this car, the forward collision avoidance assist, the blind spot collision avoidance, the highway driving assist, all combined to make this a very safe feeling car as well. So you got that going for it. We'll give you a full report on it next week. But again, this is one of those cars that I'm a big fan of Kia, and I like to see them moving forward in some of the things that they do. Not only do they build some of the best SUVs out there. I mean, the Kia large SUVs, their electrics, all of them are really great cars. Yeah, they have a couple of bombs along the way, but it mostly centers around things that they make mistakes they made. I'm going to tell you straight. There are, the move that they made to not put those ignition disabling devices in some of their cars when they were building them. Stupid move. I don't know, a $10 disabler got you more bad publicity, more problems with insurance companies, and so on and so forth than you ever deserved. And it put a shadow on the good things that you do. So if you're in the market for that particular type of car, the only thing I wish I had in this car was a manual transmission. The GT line styling, the black trim, the 18-inch wheels, the lighting system, and that huge sunroof really make you feel like this car is built for a day like today, a sunny day. It's one of those, when I get in cars sometimes, I think about songs that I want to that I want to listen to when I'm driving the car, that I want to sing along to as I'm driving the car. And the minute I got in this car, it was a sunny afternoon. I opened up the sunroof and I found on my Spotify Sunny Afternoon by the Kinks. And I got in this car and I'm driving it and I'm blazing. It's a hot day. The sun is shining, and I got Sunny Afternoon blazing in the car by the Kinks. And I'm saying, you know what? This is if I was the Madison Avenue guy, if I was the guy who was writing the commercial for this car, that would be the song that I would have my talent in the commercial singing to as I was driving down the road. Blazing on a sunny afternoon. A little whacked out, but I'm a little whacked out. Anyway, very comfortable car, good value, I think, and we'll tell you more about it. I think it's about 30 with the GT line and everything. I think it's like somewhere around $33,000. Car and Driver gave it an 8.5 out of 10, which is always a good thing. Now, is it a neck snapper? I don't know. It didn't snap my neck, but I didn't mind my neck being cradled in those beautifully designed seats. I think Kia has themselves a nice little car here at K4. Affordable ride, a hatchback that has a lot of room for stuff in the back, has a comfortable ride, whether you're sitting in the front and the back. And I think this is going to be a winner for Kia for a number of years. And I think, again, if you're in the market for a car, not an SUV, but a car, and you're in the market for a car that's going to move you to different places, going to give you enough room to carry some stuff, and to experience what driving a car is like in the city if you operate in an urban environment predominantly instead of a country road environment, this is a car that I think would not be a bad idea for you to be taking a look at. All right. Got one more thing for you before we blow out of here. If I can, I know I have it sitting here somewhere, and I wanted to play it for you because we're doing a new little feature called On the Road. Very simple feature. We go to different places and we shoot a little video and let you see some of the stops that are interesting here in the state of Washington and Idaho and Canada and Oregon, California, places, I love to get in the car and drive. And I thought that this was a place that I had discovered. I'd heard about it before. And wound up going there and wound up, seeing a really nice part of the state that I'm not always that familiar with, and I got a chance to see it and to enjoy it. And now, if I can find it again, oh man, I don't know how people put up with me. All right, here we go. I think this is yeah, here we go. Let me just quickly load it into the machine, and we will get it in there for you, and then we'll be done. Then we'll be able to say thank you very much for joining us for this week's show. It's come on, baby. It's all been working real well today. Okay. There we go. Get in there. And all right. And this is our on the road segment. Now, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. We get a chance to show you and introduce you to places that I find that are different, and places that not everybody knows about. Lake Chelan, everybody knows about Lake Chelan. Come on. But do you know about some of the places around Lake Chelan? Got a chance to go up there a couple of weeks ago. And you know what? I'm going to leave you for one quick second because I have to get something that I didn't put on my my little stuff table here. And, I'm old and I don't move as well as I used to, so you have to bear with me. Okay, I want to remind you, by the way, that All of the cars that we drive are provided to us by the manufacturers. Everything that we get from the manufacturer. We do not take advertising from manufacturers. We take our advertising from individuals that want to participate in our advertising. But we do not take, again, as I said, we do not take advertising from the manufacturers. So this way we can be fair and honest in our evaluation of vehicles. Right, we got a chance to go up to Lake Chelan a couple of weeks ago, and somebody had been telling me about this place. If you're ever up in Lake Chelan, get yourself up there and stop at this place. And so I did, and I was pleasantly surprised. And that is the subject of this week's segment, brand new segment that we're doing on the road with New York Vinnie, and we pop it in here, and there we go. We got a chance to go to Blueberry Farm. We were driving the Lexus when we went up there, that beautiful car, and we'll tell you more about that in the future. But we got a chance to drive this thing and enjoy it, and we took it up to Lake Chelan and got out to Blueberry Hills. And Blueberry Hills Farms is a breakfast place, a restaurant, and a gift shop.
Well, they're more straight.
And age is no excuse, because I'm an old man too. And love when we got there. As we pulled into the parking lot, I don't make a secret out of it. I have a handicap parking pass. They're handicap parking. I got out of the thing. Carrie came over to me as I was parking the Lexus, and she said, "Is there anything I can do for you? You need anything? You need special seating?" I mean, you could really see how they gave a crap about their customers, about how they really took this seriously. And that doesn't happen all the time in restaurants, especially restaurants that are popular, the places that people go. But it's like from the minute we got there, from the minute you pulled up in this place, you felt like you were paid attention to, like you were part of the family. And I don't know that there's a greater feeling than that when you go to have breakfast or lunch at a place. Now, this is a blueberry farm, so you can go there in blueberry season and pick blueberries. It's a you pick, and they also have flowers out there, peonies and other types of flowers. You go and pick flowers. And you get, you get Carrie's expert advice on cooking, on flowers, on just about everything. If you're advice for the lovelorn, go see Carrie. You need a bad joke, go see Roger. You need some construction advice, check in with Irvin. But everybody there, from the owners of the place to the people who wait the tables and bust the tables and everything like that, they all seemed to pay special attention. It was a great crowd, as you saw in the pictures. I'm going to run this again. The opportunity to go and look at the scenery in this thing was spectacular. Was just beautiful. It made you want to go again before you even went the first time. But you look up and you look at the valley, and you just say, I don't want to leave here. I just want to sit by the table. I want some grape jelly, some nice toast, and I want to just sit back and enjoy the view. Look at that. That was blueberry juice that Carrie, had given me and said, try this. You have, I'm a big fan of blueberries. And she said that her juice really does wonders. She sells it at the farm. She says, try this. And between this and the frozen blueberries that I came back with, my joints have actually felt better. Now, I'm not going to give you any kind of medical advice or anything like that, but that's Roger right there. That's Harry's there. And the portions were huge. The eggs Benedict that you see there that I had was plate shaking, man. It was plate shaking eggs Benedict. They did a special mix with it. That's Carrie and Irvin. And again, these people were just so warm, so welcoming. The food was good. The whole thing was a great experience. So if you're heading up to Chelan and you want a good breakfast, you can go to their website at wildaboutberries.com. Go to Facebook. You can catch them there. But go in and say hello to them. And tell them Vinnie sent you. And that you saw it on Drivetime. And I don't think they'll give you a free breakfast or anything like that, but they'll appreciate the fact that you went up there. But their website, again, is Wild About Berries. I got the menu here. It's a great menu with a lot of good stuff. They do breakfast and they do lunch right on their farm. They have you pick in the spring, in the summer, in the fall, all for the farm. Blackberries, raspberries, and peonies in spring. And they have golden delicious apples that they bake fresh apple pie with. They're open year-round for the restaurant. And it's something, it's great food. So if you're heading up there, you want to get a good breakfast. It's a little bit of a ride out of town, but I'm going to tell you that it's worth it. And if you go there and you don't like it, you give me a call or drop me a line, and I'll make it right for you, because that's how much confidence I have in their food. The fruit pies were fantastic. The one thing that they were out of that I wanted to try is they make what they call blueberry lemon delight. And I'm a real fan of blueberries, and I'm a real fan of lemon and banana. And there was just no room for anything in me once I had breakfast. I couldn't have gotten anything in me, but next time I go up there, I'm heading for the lemon blueberry delight table. And again, once again, it's Blueberry Hill Farms. What is it? 1315 Washington Street, and it's in Manson, Washington. So right outside of Lakeshore proper. All right. I've gone on and on. I've gone on too much today, but we got a late start today. So I appreciate you coming and sticking for the start, and I appreciate you spending the time with me today. I want to remind you that our show is sponsored every week by George Jackson Promotions, GJ Promo. If you need t-shirts, if you need any kind of business promotional items, back to school, believe it or not, is coming up. And it's already time to start thinking about, the t-shirts for the athletic teams and the jackets and all of the stuff that, schools get for fall. George is the perfect guy to take care of this for you. He's a great guy. He's an honest guy. He deals with you straight up. He's one of the best people I know. And if you can throw him some business, talk to him, and see what the magic that he works with his pencil to get you the price that you need to make your friends happy, to make the kids happy, to make things affordable for the parents, for the giveaways that you have to do, for all the different things that you need for your business. George can take care of it for you. So it's GJ Promo. Find him on Facebook. Find him on the web, gjpromo.com. Tell him that we sent you Drivetime, and he will take care of you. I promise you that he will do right by you. That's the kind of guy he is. All right, that's going to do it. Going to go out and jump in the GT4 and take a ride that thing, and hopefully we'll have some good stuff to report about that next week. I promise you we'll be on time next week. Well, I'm not going to promise you that. I'll bet you we'll be on time next week. Excited about watching the Knicks tonight. And what else before I get out of here? Oh, yeah. Two things. Number one, congratulations to my friend Lori Gates, who is completing and retiring from a teaching job that she's had for the last 24 years. Lori has been one of my dearest and closest friends for many, 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 many years since we worked together at KUSF back in San Francisco. And she has been, what's important about Lori Gates, what I will tell you about my friend Lori, is that she has influenced more young people's lives than you could ever believe. And she's taken them all seriously. There hasn't been a day, I don't think, when she's been on the job and she said, I don't want to do this anymore. It's 5:00. I don't care. I got something else to do. She has taken her position as a teacher, third grade teacher, and molded and helped bring up some spectacular children in the Denver area. She's in Denver. And I'm proud to know her. I wish that I could have done something in my life that is as meaningful as what she's done, because what she has done over a 24-year career has meant something. She has affected people. She has taken kids that might not have a chance, but only needed somebody to care about them, to take a moment and show them this is how this works in science. I'll tell you a quick Lori story. Every year, she dresses up as Professor Higginbotham, and she She goes into her classroom and gets in there as Professor Higginbotham and does science. And she makes science fun for these kids. And the only thing I'm sad about is that they're not going to have that influence around them anymore. But Lori, thank you for taking care of those kids and taking it as seriously as you did. I don't know why or how, but there ought to be an award named for her. Actually, there should be an award named for Professor Higginbotham. And I hope that, and maybe I've watched Mr. Holland's Opus a few too many times, but I hope that she gets half of the satisfaction that she has given those kids that she has taught, because I've watched her career over 24 years, and she left nothing on the table. She gave everything to that job. And congratulations, Lori. I hope we get to take a vacation somewhere together and just hang out, because maybe one of these days we'll come back and we'll figure out what we said so much to each other so many years ago in the DNA in San Francisco that profoundly affected both of us and made us know that night. I believe we were watching Chris Isaac, but made us know that night that we would be lifelong friends. But neither one of us can remember what we said to each other. But we'll remember it before we shuffle off the coil. All right? All right. That's going to do it. I'll see you Monday with Michael, 10:10 or thereabouts, if the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. Thank you again so much for listening to our show. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Enjoy yourselves. And as Sammy Davis Jr. would say, peace, love, and Manischewitz, baby. Michael, what a wine. What a wine. Take care, folks. Thank you for listening to the show.